What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes. We have a second caller. It's so simple to call in. If you want to do so, make sure you hit that link down below in the description. It's so simple to do it. But before you do that, let's take a listen to our next caller. He wants to discuss the Flyers draft. Let's give him a listen. Thank you for the call.
Hey, Brodes, I got a little Flyers topic for you. 2 points, actually. What would you want Hextall to do in the upcoming draft and free agency? Like in the draft, do you want him to trade up at least into maybe like the top 8 or something? Or do you want him to keep the 2 picks and see what he can acquire from there? And in free agency, he actually has some spending money to use. So who would you want him to bring to the Flyers organization? Thanks for taking the time, Brodes.
All right, so to answer the first part of your question, thank you so much for the call, by the way, is Ron Hextall has been very solid with prospects. I'll give him that. And he hasn't had that much time to work with cap space, so we will get to that back part at the end. But with the prospects, I'm a fan of his work and evaluating their talent level. So what I want to do is, it's not like basketball, where moving up to the top 3, top 4 is a lot different than 10 to 20. You can grab someone really solid throughout the NHL draft. I mean, look at Johnny Gaudreau, 4th round draft pick. Look at these guys in the NHL that have been successful, that were drafted late in the draft. It happens in hockey, especially in the first round. Like, you could be a first round pick, 24th overall, and be better than someone who was picked 10th or 12th. I mean, it's easy to be done in hockey. So I honestly think, unless there's somebody really there that you can grab that you know 100% will be this absolute difference maker, then I think I want to stay put and grab 2 first-rounders, because that gives you an opportunity to have 2 really solid players, because you can get 2 insanely solid players in the first round. I kind of want to stay there, but I trust this organization and Hextall. If they really do believe that there's someone up there that they want to grab and really have an opportunity for this kid to be something really special and package up 2 firsts to go do it, I mean, I'm not going to tell them no. But I want to see, if you're asking me what I would want to do, I feel like I would want to have 2 first-round picks, because we can have 2 players that take a little bit of time to grow in the minor leagues and then both become studs. And now we have 2 players that can really help this team be successful. As free agency goes, listen, we know our goaltender situation, right? We're just going to have some rentals for the next year or 2 until we get Carter Hart. So the goaltender situation's out of the question for me, really. We're just going to have to use the rental, whether it's Elliott or whatever we end up doing with that situation, we do. That's on its own question, 10-hour video, who knows, with Philadelphia goaltending. But my big issue with this squad is defense. I think we need help defensively. Obviously, Provorov, a young defenseman who's logging in veteran-like minutes, and Ghost, who is very solid and a great offensive threat. But this Gudas situation, now. Brandon Mann, now. We need to really find a way to pick up some slack defensively. Now, John Carlson is obviously the big-name free agent this year. We do have cap space to make some move and make a big splash. But let's be real. John Carlson isn't going to be somebody that's going to sign with the Flyers. He just won a Stanley Cup with the Washington Capitals. I think that is where he stays. The biggest name, John Tavares, we could go after him essentially, but then we're going to struggle to be paying Provorov and Ghost and Konechny and Nolan Patrick and all these guys when the time comes. JVR is up there. He's somebody that I'm interested in. It looks like his cap hit is $4.25 million for the 2007-2018 cap hit. So, like, I do think we could use some help offensively a little bit. I would be interested in maybe shopping Wayne Simmons, but that's for another story. We're obviously attacking the free agents market. I would love to see a defenseman get picked up. Now, I was looking at the free agency list, and one of the names that sparked my eyes is, he's not a game changer. He's not an absolute ridiculous stud, but I think he brings depth, and he's been around squads that have been deep in the playoff runs, is Ian Cole. He's 29 years old. He's a defenseman. His cap hit was $2 million. Like, he's somebody that, you know, isn't like this big splash, insane huge pickup, but he adds depth to this defensive core that we really do need help with. I mean, he's been around the block. He plays a simple defensive game, and I think he would bring a real big veteran-like feel and vibe to this defensive core. He's been around squads that have made playoff runs. So if you're asking me what type of players I want to approach in free agency, I obviously named JVR, who was here and spent his time in Philly before we shipped him out and we drafted him high. I would love to add a forward, some type of top forward, if we will. I mean, you look at Perron, he's up there from the Vegas Golden Knights. He obviously had a solid year, but that the offense isn't my biggest concern. I think we have a ton of solid prospects, especially offensively, that I'm looking forward to moving forward. It really comes down to me for picking up somebody defensively, and when I looked around and I saw like Ian Cole, for example, I know that's not a big name, but those are the type of players I think we need to target in free agency to help build this D-core until we kind of figure it out a little bit. So that's my answer. Thank you so much for calling in. If you want to call in, link is in the description. It is so simple. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.